resistant to antibiotics. Yeah. So just know that I just, there is just a need to pay attention. And that's, to me, what yoga is all about. That's what really came alive for me with yoga, was this understanding of what is going on. So pause your foot. You can leave the ball there. Close your eyes. We will always start class with a moment of pause. Notice if the ball rolls away, it's okay, it's okay. If your feet feel cold, just kind of pay attention. Now we're going to do a little exercise. It's called a body scan. They use it all the time for mindfulness and relaxation, okay? But we're going to use it a little bit different today. So reach down, grab your ball. Go ahead and put that away, or just put it behind you. So we're going to move each body part as we go through it. Try to keep your eyes closed if you need to open them because you're like, I don't know what she's saying. I'll be doing it up here, but my eyes are closed as well. Lift your toes. So there's weight on your heels, and just right foot first. Wiggle right toes. How do they feel? Right? Can you squunch them and stretch them? Can you scrunch from the big toe and then the pinky toe? Yeah. Can you even do that kind of movement anymore? Okay, and then pause and go to the other foot. Squunching and unsquunching. I know squunching is not a word. It's the perfect description of what we're doing. Big toe in, and then can you do pinky toe in, and can you spread through the toes? I remember, there is a hereditary thing in my family where this right foot, the big toe curls in. Most of my siblings, including my parents, have had to have surgery of a bone spur. A bone spur is usually caused by a misalignment that is kind of just apropos thing. So I've been working, and I started as soon as I understood yoga, at where I'm stretching that toe wide, and then I try to stretch this toe wide, and I try to keep that push. Okay, I still have a bigger lump here than here, but I haven't needed any surgery because I've looked at that alignment and gone, no, that's like putting your foot into a pointy toe shoe. I don't know if you've seen women that do that. And I actually had one client, she would not go wide with her shoes because they looked clumpy. And I'm like, you'd rather have toes like this? You know? So, close your eyes. Plant each toe knuckle first on the ball of the foot. See if you can you get space between each toe. If you need to, go ahead and push down. I have to tell you that for a year and a half, I worked, anytime I sat down, my socks would come off if I was watching a movie or something. And I would go and put my hands through my toes. And I would sit and work on getting space. And now, if I just natural, there goes that toe. It still didn't change that, but it changed it enough that I can pull it and breathe. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm asking. Now, plant the ball of your foot, lift your heels, and we just kind of roll through both ankles. We could go in great depth. This is one of the things, if I can't sleep, that helps me to sleep at night, is I'll start a body scan. There are many that you can find online. I've subscribed to a few that are my favorite speakers. Okay, and you can just, I get to my thighs and I'm out, right? So it doesn't take me very long. And basically what it's doing is all this stuff that our mind, where it wants to go, we're coming right here and we start to relax it. Now, together, go ahead and go to this side up and this side up and this side, and then reverse it. And then go ahead, plant one leg and just pick up and house that knee. Okay? You're not just swinging. It's not just a flail, right? We were watching, I've got a husband that loves basketball, and high school basketball is one of his favorite things to watch. Yes, we do not have anybody playing high school basketball right now. We have, but not right now, okay? So, okay, there was one guard from Olympique's team. He just flailed. That's the best word. He was just out of control, and he just couldn't control what his body was doing, and he fouled out. You know, it was like, well, duh. Anyway, yeah, notice that as you start doing this, can you feel the muscles start working? Because it's saying, oh, yeah. Now, this, oftentimes they'll say do knee circles. This knee is not meant to do that, okay? Go ahead and put that back down. Oftentimes, okay, I've got a niece that just blew out her knee again. It dislocated again. Once it's dislocated, those tendons are loose. The ligaments that hold it together are loose, okay? Put it down, other side, just straightening and bending, straightening and bending. Close your eyes for a minute. How do you feel? Do you feel like a click, click, click? Do you get that in your knee as you go out and back in, okay? Can you feel the thigh muscles start to work? That is just one of the best things we can do for the thigh, okay? So you all have a block. I do not, so I will grab one. Go ahead and put your block out in front of you. Now, remember where the hamstring is? Seated hamstrings are tough to get. So you're gonna push this out, put your heel on it, keep a slight bend. It does not have to be this much, but it can be. Or you can go a little further, but you want a slight bend here, okay? Now you're gonna push that heel down. This is like your gas pedal. So you're pushing forward. It's not going all the way to the floor, but you're pushing forward. And then I want you to feel like you've got an ace bandage that's wrapped this thigh. And now you've squeezed the bandage, right? You wrapped it, and then you took that end and just kind of went just a little, feel that squeeze of the muscle. And then lean forward. Don't let it lock, Michelle. Keep that little bend, yeah. Now push back with the sit bone. That's the bottom of the pelvis. There's your hamstring, right? Anybody not feel that stretch? Okay. Now watch this. Go ahead and just stay right where you're at. Take your collarbones and just try to slide them up the front wall. Can you believe what that does to that hamstring? That's just taken that sit bone and we've moved it a little bit more. That's all it is. It's not magic. Okay, lengthen that and then just come all the way back up, release, and just wiggle and notice. So it's one of the best ways that you can stretch that hamstring. Okay, just come to the other side. So we kind of do this assess, and pretty much every yoga class, every good yoga class will start with this slow movement of what's going on with me today, okay? Warming you up, okay? Go ahead. This knee's gonna be a little bit bent. My foot is pushing into that block and then also forward. So there is a push down, okay? And then I'm gonna try to slide. It's like my sit bone is kind of going up the wall behind me, okay? I'm trying to turn it up, yeah. Now lean, you can come as far forward as you can, okay? And then you got this lean, okay? Take your collarbones and just reach upwards. Isn't that amazing? It's like I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. So this, honestly, is Newton's law. For every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. So finding that stretch, and then come all the way out. Bring your block back. Wiggle through. Okay, beautifully done. So when we probably won't do any more standing crossover pigeon, but let's do it here. So bring your leg up and across, okay? So we're working on the hip. There you go. Flex this foot. Reach the heel that way, okay? So the heel's going that way. Try to spread through your toes. The minute you spread through your toes, you engage the lower leg. The lower leg engaged is protection for the knee, pretty much always, okay? Now, try to push down, not the knee, but the hip into the chair. You've got a blanket on it. See if you can just, like somebody's weighted, okay? Now lift it up. Ooh, and wait. So I'm not lifting knee, right? I'm taking this hip and I'm pushing it down, and then I'm trying to lift. It's very minuscule. Now lifted, push down with that sit bone. Okay, hands on the shin. Try not to do right on the knee. Hands here, right? See if you can do that same collarbone. Can you believe that? It's like all I did was move the collarbone forward. Okay, you can actually go like this if you'd like to and find, oh yeah, what the freak am I doing? Collarbone is still reaching, and then come all the way back out. Release, oh, right? So, when we say we're not connected, this blows people's minds when they've never felt that. Because we are so connected. Everything that happens here is reflective here. Everything that happens here reflects here. Everything that goes in here is reflected here. Everything we eat here is reflected here. It's just, it's connected, okay? And we need to understand it. Go ahead, second side, Debbie, that's Debbie's soapbox. Okay, and nobody's really perfect at it, I don't think, okay? That heel reaches that way, spread through the toes, okay? One side is gonna be harder than the other. See if this knee, Robin, can go that way. Yeah, so it's supported. This way is a collapse of the inner thigh, okay? So pull it that way, all right. Push down, just into the hip, push it down. I don't know if that gives you a little bit of a sensation, okay? That's the only place on my hip that feels good anymore. Bring your hands here, right? Oh, before we do that, go ahead and lift up. And pull it back down, and lift up. Now push the hip down. Try to stay leaning, just push the sit bone down, okay? Now hold on here. Lengthen the body, and then just reach the collarbone. I tell you, I have people do this and they're like, how can that make such a difference? Just reaching that length. I'm trying to kind of scoop my body longer, but I'm resisting. I could do the scoop here and not feel it. I feel it more when I hold on and scoop. And then release, let it go, bring it down, okay. All right, so close your eyes again. How are your thighs? We've done hips, we've done knees, we've done the ankles, but how are the thighs feeling, okay? There's only really one way we can work these muscles, and we have to stand for this. But we're actually going to do something a little different. So bring the block like this, plant it right where that foot would be, okay? And I want you to push down with the foot. And I would like you to lean forward and push down with the whole thigh. Put your hands not on your knee, but they can be on the thigh. Help push down. Push down. Now, see if you can, because we're pushing into something hard, there's a rebound action. Can you feel how that happens? There's a rebound from the foot up because we're pushing, that's Newton's law again. Okay, so as you push down, really use your hands on your thighs. See if you can also push down with the sit bone on that side and lean and put a little bit extra in there. And then maybe you can tighten your thigh muscle. Just squeeze it and then release. And you can feel that you've worked that muscle. Okay, go ahead to the second side. Leg muscles, hip muscles are the hardest thing to do if standing. is difficult, okay? So finding this, I'm pushing down first with my foot, and when you can't push down with your foot and not feel your thigh engage, okay? Then push on that thigh. See if you can push down with the sit bone. You're trying to drill that foot into the floor. Breathe. Push. So we've got to not just move the muscle, we have to work the muscle. Okay, so this is really important. Keep going, breathing. Find the sit bone into the chair. We tend to lose that because as we push down, something wants to lift up, and the sit bone is what goes. So we're going to push down there so that maybe it's the body that lifts up a little. And then release. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's do a little bit of what we call cat-cow, but let's stand up for that one. Go ahead and come around to the back of your chair. I've gotten smarter, and I'm working that your chair's at the front, so you have room at the back. Bend your knees, okay? Now, remember that Newton's law, okay? I'd like you to feel, this is kind of random. So the glute muscle, right? There's 3 of them. The biggest one, it kind of wraps this way, okay? I'd like you to feel the sit bone, which the sit bone is the bottom of the pelvis. And then there's those 2 little knobby things. That's what the sit bones are. That's what we feel, okay? It's the bottom of the pelvis. They're called the ilium. They're actually ischial tuberosities, if you want to know for sure. But anyway, okay? So, plant your feet. You're going to reach your hips back behind, okay? You have bend in the knee, okay? And I want you to try and take your sit bones and try to remember how we slid our collarbone up? Try to slide those sit bones up, okay? Don't lose your bend in your knee. And then I'd like you to tighten the glute. Squeeze it, but don't let it squeeze and tuck. It's not squeezing that far. Does that make sense? So if I squeeze and tuck, I'm here. We're not doing that. I'm staying here, but I'm squeezing the muscle. And then I'd like you to just kind of, like you're on a springboard with your sit bones. Okay, knees aren't coming forward. It's my sit bones reaching up and down, up and down. Squeeze them tight, but you're not letting them tuck. Squeeze them tight. Squeeze them tight. Push into your feet. Feel the feet spread. Squeeze. Push into your heels. Push. Squeeze. Go ahead and release. Anybody feel work in that glute? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what we're doing is we're taking, say this is the glute muscle. Okay. We're taking the bone and it's knobby, and we're going like this, and then as we go, we're actually moving the bone on that muscle. Okay. We're working it from the inside out, and then we squeeze the muscle. And when we squeeze the muscle, that's how you increase muscle fiber. If I'm going to work on my bicep, I'm going to squeeze and shorten. So I'm not shortening this side. Well, I kind of am when I squeeze it, but I'm shortening on the inside. Okay? Okay? That's what we're working on. Let's try it one more time. Okay? Go back a little deeper if you want. If you want to have the whole body length, then you can. Or you can also do it like this, okay? Coming up. When I come up, I get more of a turn up with the pelvis, okay? I get a little bit more deeper work, but it can be totally done here as well. Sit bones. See if they can slide a little bit up the wall behind you, okay? Tighten the glutes. Just squeeze it enough. You can feel the sit bones squeeze together, but they're not moving because you are not letting them move. And then you're just going to reach. It's just the rear end going up and down. Yes, the knees are going to bend, but they don't move forward. They stay reaching back. Squeeze that glute. Go ahead and try and squeeze just the right side, and then the left side, and then the right side, and then the left side, and then both together. Squeeze, hold, reach. See if you can reach them a little bit further back. Go ahead and release one hand to the thigh. Take the second hand to the thigh. See if you can lengthen. There goes your collarbone. See if they can go up. Squeeze, and then push into your feet. Come all the way up. And shake that
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Can you feel how good it feels now? Wiggle through that and find that, okay? So that can be done seated. That can be done from any position, okay? And it's just, so we're gonna kind of, just for a minute, just do some circling. Close your eyes if you feel weird, because then nobody can see you. Feel that, just, oh, how do those legs feel, right? Okay, let's stretch the hamstrings standing. Bring your block. It's gonna go behind your, just underneath your chair, okay? Reach back. There goes that same foot. Put the whole foot on it. In fact, just put the half of the foot, the ball of the foot on, and let the heel drop. That's gonna be a calf stretch. Okay, so trying to reach the heel to the floor. Michelle, yours goes really easy. You might want to turn your block up. So if you've got that down, and it's like, well, that's not bad, then your block just comes a little higher, okay? And we reach down. See, I can't reach the floor from here. Bend your knee. You're always, when you're working the legs, it doesn't have to be a big bend, but it cannot be a lock. And the way you can tell a lock, come a little closer here because I don't know if they can see it, is when you go back, you get the creases in your tights. You get creases in your knees too, okay? And this is not using muscle. There are yoga teachers that teach lock your knee for balance, because if I lock my knee, I can stay here forever. But I'm not using any muscle to lock it. And I overextend these tendons behind here, and I damage knee joint. Okay, so you're just gonna practice, and I have to practice. I grew up dancing. Lock your knee to balance was a part. Okay, so reach that heel towards the floor, bend the knee. Okay, lean forward, find the sit bone. Okay, let it slide up the back wall. Let your collarbone slide up the front wall. The minute you do that, you engage your hamstring. You can feel that. But you're also getting a great stretch on the back of the calf. Now, if you can get up and down off the floor, this can be done in down dog. That's what down dog is doing, right? Okay, you're bending the knee slightly. I'm reaching the heels down. I'm taking the sit bones up. I'm reaching the collarbones towards my hands. It's one of the best ways to find that, okay? So we are trying to find it up here. Yeah! Gilbert, that is getting so much better. Can you feel that in your back? Yeah, those sit bones are getting more movement than what he's had before. How's that feel, Robin? Breathe. Slowly come on up. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So down dog is one of the very best. You can see that we're trying to recreate it. Okay? Look at my body shape. We're just trying to recreate it. Okay? So change to the other side. Foot reaching towards the floor, knees slightly bent. Okay? Push. Then sit bone. Okay? The other leg can bend. Sit bone is reaching up. The minute I do that, there goes that hamstring. Before it's just calf. And then find the collarbone reaching. And the minute I do that, that hamstring right in the middle of that hamstring. Right there in the middle of that muscle. And the muscle, guys, in all honesty, okay, you've got tendon that's there, and then the muscle's pretty close. And then the muscle comes down, and it attaches to a tendon that's about here. The tendon starts here. From here down is tendon. The hamstring muscle is not that big. Okay? So finding that reach and stretch is so important. Okay? And then come all the way up. Find another down dog. Gilbert, you can do it like I'm going to do it. Bend those knees. Push. Now, when I'm on this chair, I'm pushing the chair forward. with my hands. And then I'm pulling back with the sit bones, okay? Bend those knees, find the sit bones going up the wall, find the collarbone going forward, but now tighten the waistline. Just feel those corset muscles. Breathe. Take about 3 more breaths here. Let the muscle, kind of like the body, expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, tighten the corset muscles. Inhale. And when you exhale, tighten the corset muscles. And come all the way up. Okay. So, if I don't have much time, okay, down dog is where I go. I'll go into a down dog, I'll wiggle and I'll move, and then I'll hold, and I'll find all those different places. So, this is just an assignment, okay? I want to give you stuff that you can go home and do. So I want you to tell me while I'm here, while I'm holding, what can reach in what direction. Does that make sense? So like my heels can reach down. My shins are going to reach forward. My sit bones are going to slide up. My pelvic floor is actually going to lift, okay? I don't want to really do this, but I do want my collarbones going, and then I'm going to reach here. I'm pushing into each finger and pulling back. My shoulders, they could come here, but I'm trying to pull them away, okay? Tightening, there's my corset muscles going on. Okay, so you're just looking for all the different directions, and you are paying so much attention to what your body's feeling. Does that make sense? Okay, come back and sit down, because we've got another body distraction. So honestly, you don't have to take an hour every day, okay? But I kind of find that I do anymore, honestly. But when I tell myself I have to do an hour every day, I feel so much rebellion within me. Just such a baby. So I'm like, 10 minutes. And I'll start working, and it'll go, I can do 10 minutes. And I'll even set a timer, because some days all I have is 10 minutes. And if I honor that, and then I say, oh, but I've got more time, I could do more time, that's totally fine. That is different. Kevin Wortham, president of BYU, okay, did you see his talk for the youth, for the students? He talked about the promises we make to ourselves and how hard those are to keep. Because how do you judge them, you know? Sometimes we're not very good at that. So it's a fabulous, it's only about 20 minutes, but 22 minutes maybe or something like that, okay? So let's work through. Now, we want the shoulders to be able to do this, to be able to do this, to be able to do this, to be able to do this. We don't want them stuck here. We don't want them stuck here. We don't want them stuck here, okay? So I want you to think of those shoulder blades just sliding around, on and off the back. Yes, Michelle, can you see what she's doing? Isn't that the best thing?
Since you taught us that, like, because I was doing this all the time.
Yeah.
But
This, yeah, that it rotates, it slides. So if you ever have a shoulder girdle or a rotator cuff, there are 4 muscles that make up the rotator cuff. Ask your doctor which muscle. It might, yeah, right? So we've got muscles that are in between the shoulder blades. They pull them together like this and squeeze them, okay? There's muscles below them, okay? You have to find this and the elbows in and down to access those back muscles, okay? When I do that, when I pull and access the bottom side of the scapula, then the top side goes because I'm stretching down, okay? So I want to be able to do all of those things. So we're going to do it with this. Go ahead and step on. I love to have the strap be flat. I don't know if it really matters. Okay, you probably just hold on to this one. You don't really need it. You're going to use this one. We're going to go full range of motion on these shoulder blades, okay? So it doesn't matter which, okay? You don't need to reach clear down here and make it really hard. I
have people that do that all the time, and I've got to get new straps that purify because they keep breaking them. So just to here, just where you can sit up. Now, before you do anything, sit bones down. Try to get the collarbones to just reach up and away, okay? For whatever reason, that helps us sit up straighter, okay? Go ahead, holding up, palm is facing up. You're just gonna come here. Now that's tricep, and then you're gonna go here. We start to engage the shoulder, okay? Okay, use the inside hand. So Robin, you'll be doing the other side. There you go. Up, here. It can cross your knee, it can come in front of it, it doesn't matter, go as far as you can. Squeeze the thumb, it's like you're hitchhiking. Find that. Now I'm not letting it stay up here, right? I'm pulling it down the shoulder blade and back. Squeezing just one side, you're gonna do some little pumps. That will get more shoulder than anything, but that's okay, because it's also engaging the back and keeping it engaged. Go ahead and release and come back and roll it out. Okay, now the second one we're gonna do is the opposite way. Turn the palm down, okay? My thumb is always out because I don't wanna really grip this as hard as I can. You're gonna have to hold on to it, but I'm trying to relax my hand as much as possible. Okay, you're coming straight up, and now you're gonna go this way. Oh yeah, it's a little different, okay? And then maybe some little pumps here. Yeah, trying to go out to the side. Now see if you can hold it up, pull the shoulder blade down, and back up. Pull the shoulder blade down, and back up. One more, pull the shoulder blade down, and release. Go ahead and just wrap them up. Yeah, I like to do the backstroke with my, just do the one arm, the one that you've just been using, okay? Find that back stroke. And then let it come across the body, okay? Take the arms out to the side. These are eagle arms. This arm that you've been working is going underneath, okay? So whichever one you're working, you're gonna try and cross elbows over. Okay, you can totally, you're just gonna pull this. If you can, you're here, but you're not here grabbing, okay? This is fine. Now, you're gonna lift the elbows, pull back with the shoulder blades. They're pulling towards the back of the room, but your elbows are lifting up. See if you can feel those elbows, the elbow, the right, the funny bone. Feel it slide up the front wall. Oh yeah. Pull the hands if they can, a little bit away from the face when you tuck your chin. And then pull the elbows down, hands come in, release. Oh, it's one of the best shoulder stretches there are. You okay? Not too intense? Okay.
Usually intense. I
It's
can't even get close to that.
That's okay. That is, you're quite muscly. You're quite muscly, and you've lifted, right? All your life, okay? Have you stretched your shoulders all your life? Okay.
I'm paying for it now.
Nah, it'll come. When I married my husband as a basketball player, this was his forward fold. He could not. Knees bent, he could not. If you see him now,
Oh my gosh.
he's totally
Keep doing it like that, I'm good to go.
really good to go. Okay, we'll work on that.
Give yourself-
All right, second leg, okay? Here we go. We know what's gonna happen, right?
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. Palms facing up, bring it up first, okay? Take it out, breathe, yeah. Go ahead and come back. Bring it up, take it out. One more time. Bring it up, take it out. And then you're just gonna find some little bumps. Okay? You're pulling the shoulder blade down. So I'm using the back of my body underneath. There's actually a muscle called the subscapularis. It's underneath the scapula. You can't hardly even reach it because it's between the ribs, and go ahead and hold it. Thumb going back a little bit more. Thumb going back a little bit more. Can you squeeze the shoulder blade down? Just feel that depression, and then come all the way back and release. Go ahead and find some backstroke with it. So finding that range of motion, right? Okay, here we go again. This time, you're gonna roll it over. Okay, lift it up, pull it. Okay, notice the difference. This engages the underside of the arm as well as the ribs, and then some little pumps. Okay, just little pumps. This one you'll start burning here faster, okay? But try to pull this down as we do it. And then release, beautifully done. And come and find some more movement. Ready for the other side? This elbow comes underneath. Wrap it up. Not just here, and you're welcome to just kind of try to come in, okay? Elbows slide on the front wall. Pull the shoulders down the back. Maybe you can move hands away from the face. Tuck your chin. Breathe and gently release. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not only working, and I know you know this from weightlifting, you never just wing it out, right? There's always an up and then there's the down. That's exactly what we're doing, okay? If I'm wanting to stretch, I'm wanting to work the muscle, but instead of working to get it stronger and bulkier, I want to work it stronger and longer. I'm trying to lengthen, okay? So that's one of the things. Okay, how we feeling? We okay? No, we've done enough shoulders. I don't want to burn you out. But I do want to try back up, standing, okay? You'll turn around, watch me first because you'll be this way onto your chair like this. So I'll show you here first, okay? You can just come underneath the blanket. I want you low, a little bit lower on this, okay? So watch for a minute first because we're going to bend our knees. Okay, don't let the knees bend in. Yep, keep them wide. And if that's an issue, you got it. Okay, bend those knees. You're squeezing the block. Sit bones are going to reach up the back wall. I might not get much movement. Okay, I'm going to push into this chair. But I'm going to take my hands, I'd like you to have them roll around to the outside so that your shoulders, can you see this happen on me, okay? When I'm here, my shoulders are here. When I go like this, I can roll them wide, okay? It's that same motion, but I want you to hold on to the outside of the chair and pull your shoulders as wide as you can. You can have a little bend in the elbow. Then I'd like you to reach your collarbones towards the chair as your sit bones go up the back wall, and then tighten your waistline, just like somebody's pulling corset strings behind you. And just hold, okay? I'm going to come around. Beautifully done. Come back, a little more bend in the knee. Yeah, a little more bend here. Take those sit bones up, roll a little more. Yes, that is it. Yes, beautifully done. Breathe, lengthen the body. Feel as if someone is giving just a little bit of pressure for you to elongate a little bit longer. Okay, going just a little bit. Yeah, breathe. Feel those shoulders expand away from the ears. Yes, and then there's this pull back and release. Walk out. Oh, yeah.
You remember breathe.
Yes, you do hold your breath when you're doing something like that. Okay, we're going to do one more. Come in and try, breathe, okay? Now, for both of you men, okay, I'm seeing a little bit of this, totally normal, okay? You know, so that you can see shoulders. Okay. When you are here on your chair, okay, instead of here, you're trying to do this with your hands, right? So it's almost like you're trying to go like this so that those shoulders can go wide. You want them to be able to go like that with that movement. Does that make sense? Okay, give it a try. Come back, bend those knees, work those legs. Beautifully done. That was gorgeous. I saw that. Yes. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Little the collarbones reaching, the head lengthens. Yeah. Same with you. Even though the collarbones reaching, like the head lengthens. Not top of the head. Collarbones and top of the head. Turn the head down a little bit. Yeah. So we're lengthening that spine. It really does feel, can I hold on here? As if somebody is pulling here as you're pushing there. Take another couple of breaths as you hold and lengthen. You okay if I hold on more? Breathe, breathe. And gently release. Beautifully done. Come all the way up. Roll.
I can feel my shoulders when they're rotating out, so.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it the first time.
Yeah, so we want that action. We want these shoulder blades to have just so much available to them. Okay, this, I'm bound and determined, makes us be able to stand up straighter. Because I have people I know that their shoulder blades are, they can't squeeze them. They can't.
I mean, I have to be careful with Parkinson's. I keep going forward, and I have something to work on.
Yeah.
When it's just.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much anything, okay? I've shared with you my dad, and I know he watches some of these, and I'm sorry, Dad, but it's the best example. From 6'3" to 5'7". That's 6 inches of here. And he's like this. And I'm amazed at what he can still do, right? Go ahead, down on the floor. Move your chair off your mat. Yay. I'm gonna turn off the lights. Get on your back, put a blanket underneath your napkin pad. Knees are bent, side to side, windshield wipers. Okay, I'll come and help you with your blanket under your head and neck. Windshield wipers. Just side moves the one way, look the other. Bring the knees up. They go the other way and look opposite. So you're always just trying to look opposite. Please move with your breath. Oh, yeah. So this can be done first thing in the morning. Okay, as the knees go this way, look this way. Yeah, so we're moving out the spine. It's just that action. Inhale back up and exhale down. This can be done in the chair, not as easily, but it can be.
I discovered it can be done really easily in a desk chair, swivel.
Yes, swivel desk chair. Very good, Michelle. Way to find that out. That's awesome.
I was at the desk the other day, it's just, oh,
And honestly, this is probably one of the hardest things. And it was, do you remember Wynn Egan?
yeah.
I know Wynn. Wynn was the one that he shared with me. Oh, I set a buzzer on my phone every half hour. I am moving. And it just is this little beep and it's like, oh yeah, it's time to just do a little bit of these twists, okay? Yeah. Breathe, beautifully done. And then find a pause. I'm gonna bring you all a bolster underneath your knees. Work your way to a full relaxation. We're gonna finish our body scan on the floor. So I'm bringing you all a bolster. I'm just getting there slowly. Go underneath your knees here. Yeah, that's good. That's not sliding. Ready? Go ahead and try and let you just come all the way. Reach out a little bit further, is that the way I choose to? That's a good skin. Shot. This relaxes our back. That is. So, before we go right into Shavasana, right? You've got the bolster under your knees. How do your hips feel? Now, while you're here, you're on your back. Your knees are a little propped up, which is going to release your low back a little more. Okay, will you just shift in your hips? Maybe make a little circle both directions. How do they feel? Can you feel and breathe into your belly? Let it lift towards the ceiling and fall. Inhale, lift your belly and fall. Inhale, lift your belly and fall. How's that feel? Okay, you just roll a little bit through your shoulder blades. One and then the other, both together. How are they doing? You've worked them. You may feel a little bit of fatigue in your shoulder muscles tonight, later on today. Okay, start with your fingers. How do they feel? Wiggle them gently. Can you bend them and straighten them? Wrists, how are the wrists? Go both directions. I like to do a figure eight. And then reverse the figure eight. Turn the palms up. Turn the palms down. Up and down. And then go ahead and just bend the elbow. How does the elbow feel? Nice, huh? Yeah. And then raise the shoulders up to the ears and slide them back down. You might have to move a little, it's okay. And then will you take the head over one shoulder and bring it all the way back and take it up over the other shoulder. So you're looking over the side. Let the head just push into that blanket, going side to side. And then keep the head over on the right side and just nod. And then slowly bring your head up to where you're straight. Your nose is straight in the air. Keep nodding and nod all the way over to the other side. And then go back. Nod. All the way over. And then come back to center. Lift your head, tuck your chin a little so the head's off the blanket. And then place it back down. And just let everything relax. I love to feel the kind of little electricity type current that flows through your body as it's basically increased blood flow. Let that blood flow. How does it feel? Isn't that amazing? You've created that. Now take a deep breath and audible exhale. Let everything go for a moment. Now, if you're viewing this online or live, I don't think anybody got on live today, but if you're viewing this later, stay a little longer. Find that amazingness that is you, your body. This gift you've been given. Nobody else got your body. I know sometimes we want to trade ours in, but would we really want to trade in, and get something else? Because we all have something. Take another deep inhale, an audible exhale. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day.